Hello, my name is Sweat. Well, today I'm going to be talking about what is on the farm. Well, do you know what is a farm? I bet all of you have known that, especially for guys that live in the countryside or your parents has been born in the countryside. You will probably know a lot of people that work in farms. Well, let's go and see what is inside farm. This is a really interesting topic. So let's go. Okay. First, here we have is a silo. A silo is just kind of like a wooden house that's kind of pretty big, and we use this kind of house for putting in things, kind of like all of the vegetables that we can collect, and those hays, those bags of rice, they will put inside a silo. A silo is just kind of like pretty big. You think of it as like its shape is just kind of like a cylinder. Just like that. And have a really strong roof, because if there's a wind and the roof wasn't strong enough to hold the winds, then all of the vegetables and things inside of it will be ruined. So that's a kind of like pretty bad thing for farmers. Next is a scarecrow. Well, a scarecrow is a kind of model of a person, and they will put in the places around the farm. Well, do you know the reason why do those people name it Scarecrow and put it all over the farms? The reason of it is because it is a kind of more that used to scare the crows around. Because you know sometimes there's some crow that goes around, and some of them will eat or food. So some farmers are not really happy with this. They would roll up the scarecrows that looks like people. When those crows look at the fake person, they would run away. They would fly away because they're really scared of people like us. Next, we have is a stable. A stable is kind of like a wooden house, or sometimes it will be a brick house or a rock house. And inside of it, there's a different kind of ponds for those animals to live inside. That's a stable. Next, we have a mango tree. I bet all of you know what a mango is, right? Well, this is a mango tree. When it is time, nearly in the autumn or in the time when it's harvesting, those mango trees will make really good and yummy mangoes that you can see and eat around. Next we have a sheep. The reason why those farmers raise a sheep is because they will get the wool from the sheep. You know how like people near in the summer, those farmers would take out all of the wool from the sheep. You know, sometimes your mother, or sometimes when you look at fashion magazines, you can see a coat, sheep wool coat, right? Then those wools are from those sheep. But maybe you're asking, if those farmers have taken all of the wolves, then will the sheep stay alive? That's right. It will just stay alive like usual. The reason why the farmer take out all the wool is not just because the usual wolves, but when in the summer, when the time the farmers take out all the wolves, it's a really, really hot time. So when those wolves come out of sheep, it can live easier and it can be cooler. When it's nearly in autumn, its wool starting to grow again and longer so that it can protect it from the cold. Next, we have a stock. Farmers roll stocks for them as watching the house, and sometimes they roll big stocks, not like this cute dog here. They roll those big stocks for people. How like if there's some animals around, how like there's some sheep around, and there's a wolf coming, the dogs must have a job to scare those wild animals around. Yeah, so that's the job of the dogs in the farm. Next is a milk can. They will use the milk can to put in the milk from those cows. Yeah, well here we have is a cow. You can see here. And these cows, usually there's two kinds of cows. One cow is just a usual one, and we use them to get meat to eat, right? And there's one kind of other cows that will roll it for milk. Yeah, you know, kind of fresh milk that we're drinking today. Next, we have this goat. Some farmers roll goats for the meat from the goats, and then they will sell into different shops and stores in the market for money. Yeah, that's right. Next, pigs and piglet. Pig is just kind of like an adult pig, and a piglet is a kid of a pig. Yeah. So pig also was used for farmer to get the meat from it to sell. Yeah. Next is rooster. A rooster is an animal that people roast for first. It can wake us up in the morning because a rooster is kind of pretty famous for the sign of the awaker of the day. And he's usually the one who can wake up the sun. Yes, a lot of people say that. Next is chick. It is the baby of those big chickens. Next is hen. Hen and rooster are different. Rooster are male chickens and hen are female chickens. Okay, so they're different. Remember that. They're not the same. Okay, let's come to the next one. Here we have vegetable seeds. Those are the seeds that we use to plant those vegetables. Yeah. Next is a sack. They are being used for the farmers to put in, kind of like the fruit of those. They also use to put in the seeds of the vegetables. Yeah. Next is work clothes. Sometimes some farmers got to wear on work clothes if they're working something they're called pretty dirty and not kind of really clean for their body and the skin. Next is a wall. A wall is a kind of land that's been digged up, down in the layer of the soil. In some place, there's a small part of waters here, and people would dig it up to make into walls for them to use water. Usually there are fresh waters that those farmers would use. Yeah, next is a farmyard. A farmyard is the place where it contains all of these things. Yeah, next is a horse. A horse is a really fast animal, and can run really, really fast. A pony is a baby of a horse. Okay? Sometimes in some places, in some farms, there's just rowing horse. And they will have a big yard down here for people that want to learn how to ride horse or racing, horse racings, yeah. So that is some reasons why those farmers rode horse. Yes, right. Next is a tractor. A tractor. The tractor is used for people to load different big things. Kind of like if our farmers want to sell some vegetables that they have grown, they'll use a tractor, not just a usual kind of car or trucks because first, they're not big enough to put in all the things. But remember, the tractor wasn't just used to put in vegetables and things like that. Sometimes farmers use tractor to put in tools for them to work in the farm too. Yeah. So, you see, in a farm, there's a lot of things around you. Whoa! If you're living in a place where there's farms around you, you should go and visit there one time because it's really fun. Well, see you next time. Have a nice day.